Hey guys, my name is Michael Mitnick. Welcome to Scratch Golf Academy. Today we're going to talk about how to maximize your practice sessions out at the driving range. It's going to be a couple steps process. We'll get right into it. First thing is, before you put any balls down on the ground, you have to loosen up. I see too many people just taking driver right out of their bag and start smoking golf balls, and honestly they're going to probably hurt themselves in the long run. So I recommend just getting loose. No any specific stretches, right? Anthony will probably cover a lot of golf fitness stuff and mobility. But for me on the driving range, I just like to get my shoulders nice and loose, get my back loose. I really like using my lag shot that you've probably seen on the channel before. Just take some swings, loosen up that back. It just really helps. Good flow motion here before we even hit any shots. You can even get on the ground and do some stuff too. But if I'm just out here practicing, not preparing for a tournament, I don't need to do anything crazy, but mainly just trying to loosen up that back and the lower body, get that firing, because I tend to see that lag up on me a little bit. So after we're a little bit loose, we can get into hitting some shots. Again, still just using my lag shot. So we have our bucket of balls here, right? This is probably the number one mistake I see people make out at the driving range. They take their big bucket of balls, dump every single last one of them in the tray there. That is just how you blow through a bunch of balls that you paid for. And balls this time of the year, in this day and age, are not the cheapest thing in the world. So I recommend grabbing a handful of balls, 5 to 7 balls, put them in your tray. Or if you even want to go to the next level, just leave the balls in your bucket and take one out at a time. So we'll just take one at a time here. We're still in the loosening up phase. We haven't gotten really into the practice session yet. We have our lag shot, just trying to hit a couple shots here. Not really necessarily caring where they're going, just trying to focus on tempo and loosening up. Cool thing about the lag shot, you get that instant feedback. That one was a little quick. Not terrible. We'll hit a few more here. Little hooky, trying to find the rhythm. And that's what I would say when you're loosening up, just trying to get loose. Mainly focus on tempo. It's extremely important. Tempo and contact. Direction will come when you're getting into your actual practice session, but if you can get good tempo and contact to start, that's a win. Okay. All right, a little right tonight with the lag shot, but hey, not the worst thing in the world. So the next thing, after you're decently loose, what clubs should you hit first? I'm a big proponent of starting from smaller to bigger, just because, our muscles probably quite aren't loosened up completely, even though we did some stretches and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is just grab a little pitching wedge here. Now we're starting to get into the practice session. All right, we have our cover balls in the tray. We're going to start focusing on what we want to focus on for the night, whether that be a swing change, alignment, setup. We're all working on different things in our swing. For me right now, still working through my swing changes that I had my lesson with Adam and what you saw last week. But really just focusing on good tempo here. Still with a pitching wedge, just nice and smooth. Feeling a little quick there. But I'm not really working through changes with a pitching wedge. I'll probably go to a longer club for when I'm actually making some major changes and grinding out here. But start with the small clubs, work with your way up. That is what I would say is our next goal here. Feeling pretty loose at the moment. What we're going to do is grab our 6-iron here. Another great thing you can do out of the driving range. Get alignment sticks. Go to your local Home Depot, Lowe's, pick up a thing of these, a couple bucks. Just get yourself some alignment. You're not really going to know where you're aligned unless you put something down on the range and you practice it. A lot of the times people out on the course think they're aligned to their target, but really they're 10 yards left, 5 yards right. So picking a target out there at the range, lining up with lines, getting used to what aligning square looks like on the range is very important. Usually I tend to line up way too far to the left, so feeling like I'm aimed so far to the right is actually square. So working on that out on the range is very key. I just have a 6-iron here. We're going relatively straight here, just trying to square up these lines. That was pretty good. Pretty much right where I'm lined up. So that way it gives you the feedback, right, that you're lined up straight. So you want to hit out targets. We're aiming at greens out in the golf course. The next thing I want to talk about, I said put a couple balls in your tray here. You don't want to dump every single one. But what are you doing in between shots? We're not going to hit one ball, maybe look at it, grab another, and then hit it again. You want to kind of be deliberate with what you're working on. So I'm going to go through kind of what I would look like hitting a couple balls if I'm really trying to grind and actually get better. So we are lining up here to our target, really focusing on keeping the face square, checking my shoulder, probably doing a little rehearsal here with what I'm working on, and then I'll fire away. Okay, so obviously that one went pretty far to the left. So now when you hit a bad one in your practice session, your wheel should start turning. Your head should start thinking, okay, what did I do wrong there and how do I improve it? So that one went left. Most likely, I just didn't really rotate too much, maybe got a little stuck. My arms didn't get quite out in front of myself, right? So we're gonna implement a drill. Hit a bad one, implement a drill, over-exaggerate the feel to start getting better. So what we're gonna do, bring it back to the top, pause, get the club out in front of you, try to hit a couple straight. If we hit our first one straight, great, we'll go back into a full swing, but we're gonna do the drill until we can hit it good. Okay, not quite there yet. Like I said, we're going through a swing change, so it's a perfect time to show you a good practice session. Nope, that's not it. But it's all right, that's why we're here at the range. There we go, much better. Okay, we hit a good one now. We're gonna go back into our full swing, keeping those thoughts in mind, right? Now into our full swing. There we go. And we see now how going through a drill, over-exaggerating the feel, and then going back into a full swing really, really helps. And it's gonna really help you get better, right? That's what we're out here at the range for. So those are a few different techniques you can use out here at the driving range to boost the productivity of your practice sessions and see improvement when you go back onto the course. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to Scratch Golf. Check out my stuff over on That Golf Grind, and I'll see you guys on the next one.